Welcome to the Explainer. Have you ever actually stopped to marvel at just how uniquely everyone around you operates? It's wild. Every single person is completely distinct in the way they think, behave, communicate, and react to the world. So today, we're going to decode the self and explore the fascinating mechanics behind all those differences. I want you to take a quick second and look in the proverbial mirror here. Ask yourself, do you absolutely thrive in a bustling social gathering? Or do you find yourself craving quiet time alone? And think about how you make your choices too. Are you strictly relying on cold, hard logic? Or are you guided by your emotions and your values? These aren't just random quirky traits. They're fundamental interpersonal differences, and understanding them is really the key to unlocking how we interact with the world. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today. 1. Decoding human behavior. 2. Introducing the MBTI. 3. The 4 personality dimensions. And 4. Applying your personality type.
Section 1. Decoding human behavior. Let's get right into it.
Now, personality analysis isn't just about taking those random online quizzes for fun, right? It's the actual rigorous process of understanding an individual's thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and interaction styles. Think of it as a deliberate effort to really bridge the gaps in our understanding of human behavior. So why does this all matter? Well, evaluating these characteristics plays an absolutely critical role in your success. It really boosts your self-awareness, helps you make much better decisions, pinpoints your exact strengths, and, this is a big one, massively enhances your teamwork skills.
Moving on to Section 2. Introducing the MBTI.
The Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, or MBTI, didn't just appear out of thin air. It actually has this rich, highly credible history rooted in the work of the renowned psychologist Carl Jung. He originally formulated the psychological types theory. Building right on top of his foundational theories, Isabel Briggs Myers and her mother, Catherine Briggs, developed the indicator way back in 1942. Fast forward to today, and it's literally one of the most widely used assessment tools on the planet.
And its reach extends way, way beyond just personal curiosity. The MBTI is a total powerhouse tool used all over the globe. We're talking career guidance, team building, leadership training, self-development, and even pre-employment assessments. Its categorization really helps organizations and individuals map out concrete pathways to success.
Section 3. The 4 personality dimensions. Time to break down the core framework.
To really grasp our first dichotomy, let me ask you a simple question. Where do you get your energy and strength from? Like, when your internal battery is completely at zero, how do you recharge it? This is the classic battle of extraversion versus introversion. Extroverts, well, they like to live in the outside world. They actually gain their energy and strength from being around other people. They're friendly, they love interactions, they're open, and yeah, they often enjoy being the center of attention. Contrast that with introverts, who live much more in their inner world. When they need to recharge, they literally need to spend time alone just to think and ponder. They're generally more quiet, reflective, and private, definitely preferring to avoid the spotlight. It's a really brilliant contrast between living outwardly and reflecting inwardly. Okay, consider this hypothetical. When you're gathering information about a situation, do you trust concrete facts or do you rely on gut feelings? Do you process the world exactly as it is right in front of you, or are you constantly looking at future possibilities? And this brilliantly illustrates sensing versus intuition. Sensing individuals completely trust reality. They're practical, they're observant, and they honestly won't believe something until it can be seen, touched, smelled, tasted, or heard. They lock in on what is right in front of them, heavily preferring concrete facts and details. On the flip side, intuitive individuals believe in possibilities. They depend heavily on their instincts and those gut feelings. Rather than sticking to factual details, they go all in on innovative thinking. They're future-oriented, and honestly, they can get quite bored once they've mastered a task, because they are always looking for what's next. Now let's think about your decision-making process. When the pressure is really on, how do you make your most important decisions? Are your choices driven by, say, a spreadsheet of objective evidence, or just by what simply feels like the right thing to do? This brings us to the dimension of thinking versus feeling. And let me be perfectly clear here.
Neither trait is better or worse than the other. They're just totally different operating systems. Thinkers are logical and analytical. They make decisions based on facts, keeping a super strong focus on objectivity, evidence, and fairness. But sometimes, this intense focus on logic can inadvertently hide their compassion, making them seem a bit insensitive. Feelers, conversely, prioritize their emotions and values. They make decisions based on what they genuinely feel is the right thing to do. They're caring, highly compassionate, relationship-oriented, and just very sensitive to the feelings of others.
All right, we have one final question to transition into our last dimension. Think about how you structure your daily life and handle timelines. Do you have a strict work first, play later mindset, or do you highly value spontaneity? This brings us right to judging versus perceiving. Judgers develop a really high level of structure. They have a massive preference for planning, schedules, and keeping orderliness in their daily lives. They are highly goal-oriented, disciplined, and totally embody that work first, play later mindset. Now, contrast that structured orderliness with perceivers. Perceivers absolutely value flexibility and spontaneity. They actually dislike strict timelines and prefer freedom way over rigid schedules. They'll spend more time in the decision-making phase just to explore their options, operating very much on a play first, work later kind of vibe.
So, the crucial point is, when you combine these preferences, you basically get a complete psychological field guide. These 4 pairs of dimensions, extraversion versus introversion, sensing versus intuition, thinking versus feeling, and judging versus perceiving, form the entire MBTI framework. Together, they combine to categorize us into distinct personality types.
Section 4. Applying your personality type. Let's bring it all together.
The real takeaway from this explainer is this. The ultimate goal of the MBTI framework isn't to artificially label ourselves or, use it to excuse bad behavior. No way. It's to deeply understand our natural strengths, pinpoint our blind spots, and ultimately foster much better teamwork. By understanding these exact differences, we dramatically improve our emotional intelligence and equip ourselves to make significantly better social and professional decisions.
Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought. Does knowing your psychological framework put you in a box, or does it actually give you the exact blueprint you need to build better connections? Once you identify your own MBTI type and the types of the people around you, you aren't limiting yourself at all. You're actually unlocking a whole new level of empathy and interpersonal mastery. Keep exploring, keep learning, and start using these insights to transform your relationships today.